Happy Love Day, everybody. I have heart earrings in today, and I also have hearts on my socks. I think you can see them. I think. But if you've ever wanted a love letter, today especially of all days, I have a love letter for you. This is the Bible, and you're probably like, how is that a love letter? This is a crazy book full of a bunch of stories and testimonies on how God was in each of these people's lives. And so every story and every testimony and everything in here is a love letter to you specifically. Because a long time ago, God decided that he wanted to make humans, and he wanted to make the earth and make it a beautiful place for us to live in so that we could be in relationship with him. But we kind of made a mess of that, and we took advantage, and we were not very good guests. So he decided, you know what, my children, I love them very deeply, but they need help because they're going to continue to make mistakes, and they need some help. So I'm going to die for them. I'm going to die for them. They don't have to die. They don't have to sacrifice anything. They don't have to do anything. I'm going to die for them. So he comes onto earth, and then he's Jesus, and he lives a perfect life. He's sinless, and he's perfect, and he's the best guy anybody will ever, that's my dog, ignore him. He is the best guy that anybody will ever meet or see or hear of or any of it. And so, you know, he's living his perfect life, and he's like, you know what? This person specifically, which is you, he had in his mind, is worth dying for. And I'm gonna die for them because I love them. And they're not even born yet, but I love them with everything that I am. I love them. So, you know, he goes onto the cross and he dies for you because he loves you. And then he's like, and I'm also gonna leave a book behind for you so that you can know me deeper and understand things and grow in deeper relationship, and to know how much I love you, and to learn about things and how to navigate life. And this is my love letter to you. I really do believe that. I think that this is just a big love book for you specifically. And I don't think that anybody is ever too far gone or too imperfect, I mean, because he died for you knowing that you were imperfect, and he died for you knowing that there was a chance that you wouldn't choose him. But he leaves this book behind for you as a way to show that he loves you. This is a whole book of love just for you, and I promise you, if you look there, you can see his love in every single one of these stories. And so I guess that's what this is about. This channel, and basically just what I'm talking about and doing is just talking about, and anything that you can find in here I'll be talking about. And it's a love letter. It's a love letter from God to you, not from me, from God to you. So I'm going to talk a little bit about love today, shall we? Love has been quite a hard thing for me to navigate, specifically love with God, because I just didn't really understand it. So, like, I can remember when I was first saved, I would hear all these things and read verses about us having to love God, like God telling us, like, love me with all of your heart. And I just didn't know what that meant, and I didn't understand what that meant, and I also didn't understand what it meant for him to love me. So I go around and be like, yeah, Jesus loves me, but deep down I didn't really know what that meant. And so over the next couple of years, he had really shown me what it meant to be loved by him specifically, and it was so different than any love that I could ever have imagined. It was so much deeper and so much more intimate, and it was like he knows everything about me and loves me in the way that he knows that I receive love, and just loves me in all of the little ways and shows me that. Like, he shows me that he loves me. For example, one way that I really, really receive love is the little things. I love the little things and the little efforts that show that you care. And I remember telling him that I love the little things. And so from that point on, he already knew that, but you know, because I had told him, he would really show up for me in the little ways. So, for example, there was one time I was thrifting and I really, really, really wanted this book. I really wanted to read this book and I couldn't find it anywhere. And so before I had gotten out of the car, we were parked in front of the store and we were praying, me and my mom. We were praying, we were like, please let us find the book. Please let us find the book. And so we walk into the store and I go straight for the books. And there it is on the shelf, the exact book that I wanted, on sale, and right next to a book called The God of Little Things. And so I think that was one of the first times that I ever really experienced, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you do love me. Like, you care about the things that I care about. And so I guess my point in that is that he loves you and wants such a deep connection with you, and he knows you, all of the things that maybe you don't even know about yet, but he knows it. He has each strand of hair numbered on your head. I think it's in Luke something. I'll have to like put it up here somewhere. Luke something. He has each strand of hair on your head numbered. He searches your heart, so he knows everything that your heart desires, everything of your heart, of your mind, of your soul, all of it, he knows, and he loves you. So even like in the worst parts, that's something that like surprises me too, because I'm like, oh, you know, sometimes there's some not good stuff in there, because I'm human and I'm imperfect, and so sometimes, you know, I will feel something that I probably shouldn't be feeling, and then I remember that God loves me anyway. You know, he chose to love me, and he knew exactly who I was going to be, exactly what I was going to think, what I was going to feel, what I would like, all of it he knew. And so he's like, yeah, you're worth dying to me. So that's an amazing thing too, you know, to think about the fact that he knows every single part of you and he still chose to die for you. Like, not that those things are good and not that those things shouldn't, you know, later be changed, but just the fact that he knows all of your flaws and imperfections and still chooses to love you. That's also what this is about. Like, everybody's flaws and imperfections here, and he still chose to love you. I think I had just read it. It was somewhere, it might have been, I think it was in Judges, but the people were just being really bad, and they were worshiping idols and just ignoring God and all these things that they should not have been doing. And when it all came crashing down, they cried to God and they were like, God, help us. And so he came and he was like, okay, I'm helping you. And it was all fine and they were good. And then they went back and then worshipped idols and did all the bad stuff. And then it all came crashing down and they're like, oh no, I need God again. God, help. And then God came and helped. But basically, they kept running back to their old ways and then kept coming back to him for help. Now, I don't think that that's what we should do, but the point is that he has so much grace for you and so much love for you. He never wants to see you struggling, like, ever. And so, you know, with their flaws and imperfections, he still chooses to love them and still chooses to show up for them and to save them and to deliver them from whatever had happened. And so there's just, I could go on and on about all the different examples of love in this book of love. But I could also say that love is God. Like, without God, there is no love. It's a worldly definition of love, I think, without God. Because God himself is love. He created love. He is so full of love for you, like so full of it. He is love. He is love for you. He literally is love for you. And he's just dying to give it to you. Like, he just wants to give it to you. And like, I think that it's especially hard because a lot of the times it's hard to understand his love for us because of church hurt or even just people hurt. But I think that it's really important to remember that those people are not God, and they are full of imperfections, and they are somebody that Jesus died for because he also loves them. But they are not higher than God, and they can't be perfect. They are not perfect the way that Jesus was. Jesus was completely perfect and sinless. And so I think that seeing and learning about the love letter on your own, instead of taking other people's, the way that they live or the way that they talk to you or the way that they said or did something to you, instead of taking that as, oh, that's who God is, learn about who he is on your own. Because I can remember I was in a very Christian home, and all my siblings and my parents and all of them, they loved Jesus, all of them. But I didn't know who he was. Like, they could have sat and talked to me about him for hours, or took me to church, or I could overhear conversations, whatever, but I still just did not know who he was. And I had to find out on my own. And so I think that it's important to find out for yourself, because those people are not going to be a perfect example of Jesus. They can aim to be, but sometimes they're not, because we're human and we make mistakes. But I think that looking into this giant book of love specifically for you, then it would be really different. I think that you would really experience his love for you. So I think, I don't really know how to start this channel, except for, just talking a little bit about his love and his love for you specifically. I don't know, I'm posting this to both channels, so if you're watching from my main channel, this is, we'll put it like right here somewhere. This is my channel for these videos specifically. And if you're watching from Love Yahweh, then my main channel is here also. This is really, really messy and not organized at all, but I gotta start somewhere. But yeah, so I think, welcome. This is new to me, so bear with me. Let's have some grace for me, please, because I don't know what I'm doing. So this is a really unorganized episode, but I think it'll get better at time. And in the meantime, I encourage you to open this love note for you, because there's some really romantic and sweet things that God has to say about you, and that he genuinely thinks about you. So I think it's a verse in Psalms that says how precious are your thoughts about me. So take a look for yourself and open the love letter, read the love letter, and experience what that means to be loved by your creator. And then I will see you guys for more stuff and more in-depth episodes. This is kind of like a starter episode, just to kind of get us started. So this is what this is going to be. I'm excited, and I hope you stay. Bye, and I'll see you next time.